Protesters gather outside Donald Trump's Boston fundraiser. "He is a fraud. That's why we're organizing." Donald Trump backers and about 100 protesters gathered at the Langham Hotel, where the presumptive GOP presidential nominee is attending a top-dollar fundraiser to revive his struggling campaign war chest. "I like Mr. Trump," car dealer and Trump supporter Ernie Bach Jr. told Boston Herald Radio as he headed to the luncheon, which he said he was invited by the campaign to attend. "Being in the same room as the guy is exciting. This is really his first round at getting people in the room to try to raise money. He's going to make a lot of money today in support of his campaign." The fundraiser, put together by the Republican National Committee, will charge a hefty $100,000 per couple for a VIP reception, photo op and luncheon. The get-in price for just the luncheon is $2,700 per person. Trump, who had long vowed to self-fund his campaign, started June with $1.3 million in his campaign coffers, according to Federal Election Commission reports, well behind the bankroll for his likely Democratic opponent in the general election, Hillary Clinton. Multiple high-profile Massachusetts Republicans have opted not to attend today's luncheon, the Herald reported earlier this week, including State Senate Minority Leader Bruce E. Tarr, R. Gloucester, State Rep. Vinnie DiMacedo, R. Taunton, and House Minority Leader Bradley Jones, R. North Reading. "I think Republicans in Massachusetts feel Donald Trump is socially unacceptable. I think they may be closet Trump fans, but I truly think they're afraid to come out and say they support him because of the controversy." Bach said today, "You know, with me, you've got Hillary and you've got Trump. It's a no-brainer for me. I'd like Mr. Trump to not misunderstand what I'm saying. But I don't like Hillary more." Protesters outside the posh hotel included union members, activists, and U.S. Rep. Michael E. Capuano. "When you see somebody who has made it to the national stage, who's a national and international figure now because Republicans decided to nominate him for reasons I still don't understand, but they did, it is critical for those of us who care about the issues we claim to care about to show up and call them lies, to show up to demand that they lose, to show up and to make sure our supporters show up on Election Day, not just here in Boston, not just in Massachusetts, but every corner of this country," Capuano said. Angelica Aguilera from Dorchester woke up this morning and decided to wrap herself in the flag of Mexico and come down to the rally. "It's hard to live in a place where one of the prime candidates is someone who hates your family," Aguilera said. "My family has come here only to work hard and have done so." The protest was organized in part by Service Employees International Union Local 888. "What I expect is a peaceful protest. People coming together from the community and around the state committed to defeating Trump and his destructive economic policies that will move this country backwards," said Joe Lazzarini, a political organizer for SEUY. Alexander Lauren Lamoth, also an organizer of the protest, told the Herald he's driven to pull people together in opposition to Trump because his campaign has turned legitimate concerns about inequality into a political tool. He and his campaign, the financial supporters and donors that are enabling this, are coopting the message of inequity and putting the people most vulnerable to violence. He's putting the blame on them, Lauren Lamoth said. "That's what burns in me. That's what drives me. He has chosen to use it in the interest of xenophobia, jingoism and nationalism. It is such a textbook case," Lauren Lamoth said. "The protest is important to keep people engaged in what's going in the campaign. Silence is consent in a way," he said. "I hope through this rally, through social media and other resources, people can very clearly state that they not only reject the man Donald Trump, but that they reject the ideals he stands for: white supremacy, racism, and systems of oppression." Trump had initially been slated to visit the Langham on June 13, but postponed after the mass shooting in Orlando, Florida. He is due to appear in Bangor, Maine, at 4 p.m. today at the Cross Insurance Center.